And what I will argue here today very simply is this, that you and I have been fed a lie. The lie is about this great idea called small business. Start one, just start, they tell you. And stay small, never disrupt, don't move things too much. Employ a person, maybe two. You show me one thing that you and I look at around here today that's mentally disrupted by a small business, you will not find it. 1978, my grandfather, now late grandfather, started a business. His business was a spaza shop. And he took his garage, looking to make a bit of extra income, and converted his garage to a shop. And the neighbors would come down the street to buy from our grandfather's spaza shop. To this day, we're famous in our home for that spaza shop. In the 1990s, he expanded. He moved further up the road. And up the road, there were two other houses. And into those two other homes, he got into their garages and converted those into spaza shops. And you know what happened in the 90s? My grandfather was living large. He now had 3 spaza shops. But he started in 1978. When my grandfather died, now 4 years ago, he died with 1 spaza shop and not much money to speak of. In the same year, 1978, when he started his spaza shop, 4 young entrepreneurs met in a small little town called Stellenbosch in the independent province of Cape Town. Cape Town, bro. And when they met, you know what they did? They put together a little bit of money. One of them had a bit of money to speak of. His name was Christu. He had started a business called Pepco a decade earlier. So they put in a little bit of money into the pot and they created a business that was essentially a spaza shop. They called it ShopRite. So in the same year my grandfather started his spaza shop, so too did Whitey Basson and his friends start ShopRite. ShopRite this year will do 124 billion rand in turnover. My grandfather died with nothing to speak of. My contention is that whilst there was a deliberate system that sought to keep us as a people disenfranchised, the greatest victory of that system is not that it kept black people disenfranchised, it's that it taught you and I that it's okay to think and do small. And this is a lie that's been fed so much to us that we believe it. We believe it. It's permeated even in our education systems, we believe it. And so when we start businesses, we think small. I can't tell you how many entrepreneurs I see start a business, register, go to the bank, open, get a bank account, go to SARS, get a tax clearance, and then start filling out database registration forms just to get that one tender. Because we're all thinking in a linear fashion. We're all thinking small. I did say I was going to be slightly controversial. If we really want to take this country forward, if we really want to do away with this problem of 43, not 38, 43% unemployment of young people under the age of 31. And of that 43% unemployment of those young people, 67 of them are young black. Of the component that's young and black, over 80% of those are young black and female. We don't change that problem in any other way other than building a country that's substantially better than it is right now. We only do that by teaching the majority of people, don't think small. So how should we be thinking? It's one thing to kind of spell out the problem. What's the solution, right? My view, and we talk about this in our firm, we run a fund. There are 4 different types of businesses. The first is a startup. What's a startup? It's the one guy. It's him, he does the job. And it's easy to spot too, because he goes to the client on the Monday, meets him, sells to the client. On the Tuesday, goes to the client's office and delivers the work. On the Wednesday, goes to his office and emails the client the invoice. On the Thursday, phones the client asking for his money, and on the Friday, he pays his landlord. He's every single part of the value chain. That's not wrong, except so many of us have been taught that that's what business is. We don't know that there are other phases of it. If you're not a startup, you move a level up. You become what we call in our firm a survival entrepreneur. They're easy to spot. One guy, 2 or 3 people in the office. Feels a bit important. He drives usually a Merc. Why? Well, because any self-respecting entrepreneur knows that the best car is a BMW. No one drives a Merc. Pfft. Sis. AMG for what? For who? if you're not a survival entrepreneur, what are you? You then become what we call a success entrepreneur. Now, if you ever read the Sunday Times or you read the media in South Africa, you'll hear them talk about these people called tenderpreneurs. Most of them are nothing more than success entrepreneurs. You know what success entrepreneurs are? It's people who make money to show you that they make money. Very simple. I make it, so I've got to show you that I make it. I wear the right kind of suit, I live in the right kind of suburb, I drive the right kind of car, I send my kids to the right kind of school. The other word, and my good friend Alon, who I saw earlier, calls them, is lifestyle entrepreneurs. I make money to live the right kind of lifestyle. Notice, we've not created anything here. We've not employed more people. We've not built the country. We've not grown our GDP. We've not done anything to create a better country. All we've done is we've taken a few people and given them a better lot. That's all that's happened. What's really required is for us to create hyper-growth entrepreneurs. The thing here is these people are very rare. Very rare. Because one, they take the long-term view. Two, they don't believe in their own PR. Three, they understand the value of networks is not the network, but the ability to unlock value in that network. And three, and four, but perhaps most importantly, is they understand the value of education. Not a degree,